We need an answer choice that would be best supported by the information given in the passage as a conclusion. The conservationist says that his critiques would make the public believe that the increased amount of oil extracted demonstrates that the country's oil resource is not at the risk of exhaustion. And then the author goes on to say that this argument is entirely specious. And therefore, the author believes that the country's oil resources are at the risk of exhaustion. Then the author gives an analogy, an example of a similar phenomenon happening with groundwater, and then the author goes on to suggest that the real reason behind the increased oil procurement is improvements in technologies that extract mineral resources. So according to the author, countries' oil resources are at risk, and the real reason behind increased oil procurement is improvements in technologies. To say that technology usage is the reason for the depletion of natural resources would be hasty. Technology is the means. Reason is increased extraction. So A should be eliminated. Whether it is possible to ascertain how much oil a country has in reserve, a way other than extraction, is something which is not covered in the paragraph. To an extent, it is beyond the scope of the argument here. Whether the proportion of oil that is extracted is as high as the proportion of arable land that is exhausted, we don't know. No such numbers, proportions have been mentioned in the paragraph. Whether modern technologies waste resources by extracting low quality oil, we don't know. No such information has been covered in the paragraph. Answer choice D hits the nail on its head by suggesting that the danger of oil depletion continues to exist. Come to think of it, what is the conclusion of the paragraph? Why has this entire argument been made? It has been made to suggest, to say that the argument that the country's oil resources are not at risk of exhaustion is a specious argument. In other words, as per the author, country's oil reserves are at the risk of exhaustion. D is the correct answer choice.